What is up? It's Tom. Thanks for clicking on this video. We're going to talk about my 2025 top 10 Twins prospects. But first, the reason why we're talking about this is this bad boy. The 2025 prospect edition of the We're Gonna Win zine is available for purchase. It is $5 for the issue plus $1.50 shipping and handling inside the United States. $2.50 international. So if you're inside the United States, you can get this bad boy for $6.50. It's a 40-page, half-page zine. We're going to talk more about that, but you're probably here for the top 10 Twins prospects on my list. We're going to circle back to the zine. I want to talk about that, but just the thing to keep in mind now is if you want to purchase that, there's a link down in the description. All right, so into the top 10. No surprises at number 1. Obviously, Walker Jenkins. Let me just explain here. This top bit is the player profile section that you're going to see in the zine. So that's taken straight out of the zine. And then the quotes that I'm including on each of these top 10 guys are also an excerpt from the zine. So for Walker Jenkins, I wrote the Joe Mauer comps are as unfair as they are unavoidable. And I'm not going to go into every detail or expand on a lot of these quotes. They're just sort of kind of my favorite little tidbit of the write-ups that I had, but tons more information on each of these guys. And this prospect list in the zine goes to 50, my top 50 Twins prospects in this thing. So Jenkins at number 1, of course, no one's surprised there. Might be a sec before we have a surprise because the top 3 Twins prospects in the system are a consensus. I have not found anybody who's deviated from these 3 in this order, and I think there's good reason why that is. Number 2, Emmanuel Rodriguez. He has the bizarre set of traits to simultaneously be your favorite player and the guy who drives you the most insane. Again, not going to expand too much on those, but you just look at his stats up above there, a 29.7 K percentage, but a 24.4 walk percentage. He's such a unique player. Number 3 prospect, again, no surprises here. Sticking to the script, Luke Keeschall. Luke Keeschall, a former high school wrestler, the effort he puts in the weight room is evident. This guy looks tremendous on the baseball diamond. He's got huge, thick legs. He's incredibly muscular. Twins love his work ethic. Number 4, here's where things really get interesting. Again, the top 3, I haven't seen anybody stray from that. Number 4, you see a lot of different opinions here. I do want to call out, some lists are still including Zebby Matthews as a prospect. He has not surpassed the 50 innings mark for rookie eligibility, but he has been on the Twins active roster for more than 45 days, which is one of the rookie eligibility things. So Zebby Matthews, not on my prospect list. I'm not considering him a prospect because he had the service days to not be a prospect anymore. So my number 4 guy is Charlie Soto. Charlie Soto, number 4, the number 1 pitching prospect in the system. He was also my number 1 pitching prospect in the system entering the season last year. Didn't go wire to wire, though. In between, he kind of got off to a rough start last year, and some guys passed him up for a bit. But Charlie Soto, there's still a lot to sort out, so there's a chance he could stumble out of the gate, but I'd bank on this kid to fail forward again. Again, Charlie Soto had a rough start to last year, really put a bunch of stuff together. Still a teenager, and he has a full season of minor league baseball under his belt. Pretty impressive. Moving on to number 5, one of my favorite guys in the system. It's been really rewarding already to watch this guy's career, Andrew Morris. Morris really locks in and has the endurance to maintain a heightened level of focus throughout his outings. This guy, I believe he has a mental edge. I really do think so. He's incredibly competitive. Again, looking at the stat line from 2024 up there, a 2.37 ERA, a 1.08 whip with a 24.5 K percentage and a 5.9 walk percentage over 133 innings. What a year. What a year for Andrew Morris, my number 5 prospect. Number 6, Kalen Culpepper. In the field, Culpepper made the switch from third base to shortstop last year, but he looks like he's been playing short all his life. I was really impressed watching him after the draft and kind of reading the draft reports and not really expecting a ton out of him at shortstop. I came away really impressed with the way he looked. Number 7, Marco Raya. Raya's arsenal is developing nicely, but questions remain regarding his ability to shoulder a starter's workload. So I think if I could truly believe in Marco Raya as a starting pitcher, he'd be higher up on my list, basically is what I'm saying there. But the talent is undeniable. And, some of that is No fault of Marco Reyes. He can't really control to some degree how many innings that the team's willing to give him. So keep that in mind. Number 8, Brandon Winokur. Maybe my favorite guy to watch in the system. His unique set of tools stands out, but he also brings joy and enthusiasm to the ballpark, making him someone I'll go out of my way to watch. Brandon Winokur. So in addition to, sharing stats and some scouting stuff, I will also just kind of share my own thoughts and feelings on watching these guys a lot. That's a good example there. Number 9 is where I kind of swerve. Number 9, I don't think I've seen this guy as high up on anybody else's list yet, but it won't shock me at all if other people kind of get on this level before too long. Eduardo Beltre, guy who played in the Dominican Summer League last year. He's still only entering his age 18 season. And my quote out of the Zine is, maybe this is a dangerous amount of helium to put on Beltre, but I had to talk myself out of putting him even higher. I'm really excited about this guy. It is dangerous. It is dangerous to put some of these teenage kids in the Dominican who haven't played stateside yet this high. I realize that I've made that mistake myself before and gotten burned, but I really like what I've seen and heard and read about Eduardo Beltre. He is my number 9 guy. Number 10, Connor Prelip sneaking in here. And my quote there is, if you had a crystal ball and could tell me Prelip would stay healthy and remain in a starting role, I might put him all the way up at number 2 on this list. I really do feel like Connor Prelip, if you just look at what he can do on the mound, this is a top 50 prospect in all of baseball. But unfortunately, you can't do that. He's barely pitched. He cannot stay healthy. But man, this guy is super talented. So that was the top 10. Again, there's a top 50 list in here, and it has, those were tiny, tiny bits and pieces of these rankings. We'll talk about this in a second, but a full half page of write-ups on the top 6 guys, and then quarter pages essentially on the numbers 7 through 20, and then a little bit smaller on the 21 through 50 guys. But also just want to show you a little bit of the design choices from inside the zine that you'll find to maybe create some intrigue for you with Dr. Falvestein there. That was a fun one to whip up. So I had a really good time designing this issue. I think it looks great. Guest authors in this one are Cody Schoenmann, Greggory Masterson, Lou Hennessy, and Theodore Tollefson, guys you might recognize from Twins Daily, the Twins Off Daily podcast, the Destination the Show podcast, Zone Coverage. These guys are hardworking guys. It was an honor to feature some of their work in the zine. So there, in addition to the list, there's articles. So check it out. Again, link is down in the description. If you're looking for more information, we can go a little bit deeper too. Made some different choices this year in order to kind of really beef it up. Number 1, this is 4 pages bigger than last year's issue. So for those of you who don't know, this is the second year I've been putting this together. I mentioned that for the earlier prospects. In last year's zine, I did a half page for everybody in the 1 through 20. And this year I did a full page for the top 6 guys because I just found I had a lot more to say. And as you can see here on the page, I also went from having really big mug shots to really small ones because just wanted to fit more information in. I still wanted to get the mugs in there just to have those in case you didn't know what these guys looked like, but they didn't need to be nearly as big. So not only is there a whole nother 4 pages in this compared to last year's issue, there's more information per player in this one too. So I'm really proud of the way this came out. Again, you can get it if you're in the States. It's only $6.50 at the end of the day. $5 plus $1.50 shipping and handling. It goes through the U.S. first class mail. That's how I can keep it so affordable. So check it out. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate anybody who's ordered any of the previous projects, showing last year's prospect zine. But I've also done a smaller year in review zine the last 2 years in the shop. And even Saints Twins, a combined pocket schedule. I don't know if I'm going to get to that project this year, but that was fun to make. So big thank you to anybody who has supported me for previous projects, print projects. You've essentially funded these future projects, so I really appreciate you. 2 things. One last time, the link is in the description to that zine if you want to purchase that. And then number 2, let me know what you think about that Twins Top 10 or if you have any questions. So thanks for checking this out. We'll talk again soon.